When you've printed a banner or a bunch of individual pressure-sensitive vinyl images, laminating them one at a time, single-sided, could be a real challenge, but not with your compadre and AGL materials, even if those images are narrower than the width of your lamination materials. Check this out. For this process, you'll need a roll of AGL's Cover-Right V6L. This is a high-performance calendared vinyl with excellent UV protection and a rich luster finish. It can actually double the life of your prints and banners that you over-laminate, and it'll help with image offsetting, a common problem when printing with solvent-based printers to banner stock. You'll also need a 3-inch paper core and a roll of AGL's Easy Sled KP, because in this process we'll just be laminating one side of our image or banner. This will become a little clearer as we move ahead in the video. Start by making sure that the top roller is in the up position. Next, adjust the shim wheel on the left and the right side of the compadre to -1/16 and place the rollers in the down position. Set the speed to 3 feet per minute. I've loaded both rolls of material onto the compadre, and I want to do a quick check to make sure that they unwind in the proper direction. The Cover-Right V6L located on the top supply shaft should unwind from the bottom of the roll. And don't forget, you can always use your web diagrams located underneath the infeed table as a reference. The Easy Sled KP should unwind from the top of the roll. Both rolls of material will require a little bit of brake tension. To set this, rotate the brake wheel adjustment knob 4 full counterclockwise rotations for each supply shaft. Place the 3-inch core onto the wind-up shaft. This is where we'll attach and wind up the release liner from the Cover-Right V6L. We'll also want to set the brake tension for the wind-up shaft to 4 full counterclockwise rotations. You're now ready to web up the laminator. Start by finding the leading edge of the Cover-Right V6L and pull some material onto the infeed table here. Take a small piece of tape and twist it 180 degrees to make a bow tie. This will allow you to tape to the back side of the Cover-Right V6L and then to the wind-up core. Next, we want to separate the Cover-Right V6L from the release liner, working the material all the way across the web and pulling it straight down towards our table. Once it makes contact with the table and the roll, release the material and raise the infeed table to its upright and resting position. Do a quick check to make sure that the two materials are in line with each other. If not, slide the Easy Sled KP to the right to make sure that it's directly underneath the Cover-Right V6L. Using a wide grip, pull the Easy Sled KP up past the center of the top roller and attach the two films. Go ahead and lower the infeed table and raise the top roller. To get the two attached films into the nib, I'm going to use a scrap piece of foam board about 3/16 thick, 3 inches wide. It's often referred to as a leader board. I'll press it firmly against the two films, pushing them into the nib, and I'll reach over and place the rollers in the down position. Now I can use the foot switch to advance the leader board through the nib, and I'll watch for the rollers to set down. Once the rollers have set down, I can take my foot off the foot switch and go around to the back side of the laminator. After webbing your compadre, always come around to the back and do a quick check to make sure that both films are exiting straight out of the nib so that you don't have the material trying to wrap around the rollers. Using a leader board will almost always ensure that this never happens. I've got a couple of small pressure-sensitive decals and a small banner that I'm going to over-laminate, and I'm using a DSR roller cleaner to remove any surface dust or dirt. Remember, laminating doesn't hide dirt, it protects from it. I've rolled up my banner and I'm going to make use of the print holder, which I'll place on the front of the infeed table. This will allow me to drop my banner in it and keep it off the floor. I'll grab the leading edge and pull it up onto the infeed table. Align the leading edge of the banner so that it's parallel to the nib and centered between your rolls of lamination film. Depress the foot switch to start the laminator and slowly feed the leading edge into the nib. Once you've done that, reach over and press the auto run or forward mode and you can release the foot switch. Just behind the end of the banner, I'll follow it with our pressure sensitive decals. Allow the prints to exit the laminator and use the back control panel to stop the laminator. Always use a safety knife when separating images off of the laminator. This is to avoid cutting the roller. Remember, laminating multiple prints single-sided with AGL materials and your compadre is a piece of cake. Why? Because now you can see the rich luster finish from the Coverite V6L and know you've got lots of UV protection. And how the Easy Sled KP keeps the over-laminates adhesive from sticking to the bottom roller even when the prints are narrower than the width of the lamination material. Not to mention the small amount of material used in webbing up your compadre, saving you lots of money. Simply trim out the prints and remove the Easy Sled KP and you're done. Remember, as you watch this video on your compadre, you can always pause and rewind to see a step repeated.